House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, we thank the member from Portland Western, the Minister of Energy and Telecommunications, for a comprehensive, action-oriented presentation full of what has been done and more good things on the horizon. We will now turn to the member from St. Andrew South Western.
Sorry for interrupting the video for just a second, but I have something important to share with you from the director's desk. Now we talk about the news, we talk about the gossip, but when do we talk about the solution? I spent months drafting the Resilient Jamaica Blueprint. This isn't just a document, it is a 70-page strategic framework designed to move us from past incremental growth to a transformative economy. Now, if you are a leader, an entrepreneur, or a citizen who is tired of the status quo, you need to see this model. The link to download the full blueprint is right there in the description and the pinned comment below. You can access it exclusively on the executive tier of my Patreon. Now let's stop talking and let's start building. I appreciate your vision. Now, back to the video.
I also want to talk a little bit about what this dignity and inclusivity means. We are descendants of Nanny of the Maroons. We are descendants of Paul Bogle. We are descendants of Sam Sharp. What that means is that many of us who are sitting in these hallowed chambers, in this house, are only here because there were individuals who dared to buck the system. Because there were individuals who said, I will not be treated as a non-entity. Because there were individuals who said, you cannot strip me of my dignity and my integrity. I believe that those of us who have the privilege to be sent in this house deserve to present to the people of Jamaica the same courage of our ancestors. We cannot sit in the chambers and be treated like children. We cannot sit in the chambers where persons use the bully pulpit to say just about anything they want, and we have to sit silently. As educators, we know that we teach children differently from adults. We talk about pedagogy and andragogy. Because adults are self-directed learners. Because adults want their experiences to be validated in how we deal with them. This is no different in the chamber. No one gets to come into the chamber regardless of who you are, to pontificate and to scold the rest of us without taking responsibility for your own lack of decorum and disrespectful behavior. This for me is fundamental. It is about who we are and it is about our identity. I say to my boys, I say to my nieces, when you are in a relationship, allow no one to strip you of your dignity. Allow no one to make you feel as if you are not worthy. I am duty bound, therefore, to live what I preach and to be an example to those that I have been saying, do not allow others to trample over you. I am very clear in my mind that every action has consequences. We are leaders. Choice making is what we do every day. We take decisions and we bear the consequences. And so I say to this august body and to my colleagues, I am willing to cooperate with anyone who is willing to treat me as a human being. I am willing to pay my part. Granted, I have never been a submissive female. It's too late for me to be that now. It's too late for me to be that now. So you will not get a submissive Angela in the chambers. No. However, I respect my colleagues. But there's a line I draw. If I come before you and every day you disrespect me.
That's right.
Them say one day the bucket bottom I go drop out. And when it drops out, and I stand here today very, very clear, when it drops out, those who have the authority to punish, go ahead. Go ahead. History will absolve. I do it not just for myself. I do it for those others who will come behind us and will remember that in this house we are all to be treated equally. That in this house, when we have certain positions, we put aside our political partisanship. And if we can't, we step aside from the position that requires it. And so, I have... No, I am very clear. I have dropped a lot of what I had prepared to speak today because I believe that this is important. I believe this goes to the heart of our democracy. Democracy is not just about you wielding a sword. It is also about how you reach across the aisle and make accommodations and come to decisions to the benefit of all. I am tired of sitting here, pressing my mic, asking to be to say something, and you don't have even the decency of listening and then saying no. You are, none of us here, none is clairvoyant. None of you live in my head. And therefore, even though you think you know me well, you do not know what I am going to say when I press my mic. Give me the courtesy. Accord me the respect as an elected member of this house to be heard. You then have the opportunity to determine whether it is okay or not for me to go ahead. I stand here as a representative of the people of Southwest St. Andrews. I come from the traditions of Portia Lucretia I come from Vincent Brown, who is still alive at 100 and would rue the day if he saw me in a position where I sat quietly and took disrespect. Never. And so I'm hoping, as I close, that this will be a moment on which we reflect, all of us, not just some, so that we leave the lack of decorum, whether it's from that chair or otherwise. We leave the disrespectful behavior, whether it is from the speaker's chair or otherwise. The rabid partisanship, whether it is from the speaker's chair or otherwise. It is one thing to say it and you're not mic'd. But when you stand to speak and to represent, then you have to draw the line somewhere. I am hoping that this will lead to a new day in the Parliament. I want to see it because I would like to be able to sit comfortably, to banter with my colleagues here and on the other side, to disagree with a laughter still on my face, and to agree respectfully, and to agree when that is what it requires. Thank you.
Worry at that.
We have and Dr. Angela Brownberg's reaction and to Juliet Holness's scolding. Dr. Angela Brownberg responded
House leader.
to Juliet Holness. And now, if it is that you're joining for this video here,
House leader.
the first video was actually uploaded, so therefore you'll be able to see what original what Juliet Holness would have said.
Mr. Speaker, we have just heard from the member from St. Andrew Southwestern. We will now ask for the
to this,
recommittal of the, well, firstly, for the suspension of the sectoral debate and for the recommittal of the agenda items.
No, thank you very much for joining for another episode of JATalks. Always remember, please never forget that your independence is the foundation of your liberation. Have a blessed day, guys.